Hi friends, it's Kaylin here at Full Purpose and Heart, coming to you today with an athletic look. I rarely put my hair up just because I feel like I haven't done my day, but here we are. So I am going to bring to you today my update video for our homeschool life. We are halfway through our semester or our school year. We have completed 20 weeks of school and we've just finished Christmas break, so I'm kind of revamping everything and refreshing all of our crates and everything, so we're ready for the second half of our school year. So I thought I'd get on today and do an update for y'all. If you're interested in this kind of information in this video, then feel free to stay tuned. Okay, so update. We are, like I said, we're 20 weeks into our school year and things are going really great. I have one kindergartner. If you're new to my channel, feel free to subscribe if you are new, because I do talk about my homeschooling journey a lot, and I have a lot of other update videos throughout our school year, our kindergarten year, if you want to kind of hear how our curriculum has been going and what has worked and what hasn't worked and that sort of thing is kind of what I like to talk about. So today, like I mentioned, I just wanted to briefly discuss a couple of things that I'm going to be doing for this new year and how things have been going in the past. So Christmas break was really great. I'm glad that we're back. One kind of benefit of homeschool, I guess, is that you can start school whenever you're ready. And so I had planned 2 weeks of a break, but after 10 days or so, I was just at my wit's end of no schedule and no cleanup time and no chores and just kind of like being on a vacation for those 10 days that I was like, you know what, I'm ready to get back into the work. So my kids are playing ball all around me, so hopefully they're not too distracting. Okay, to start, I am still using my kindergarten planner. I really like it. I completed the first 20 weeks, so I put a little paper clip here, and now I'm getting ready to start planning the next 20 weeks. I'm going to do the next 6 weeks, because I found when I did 20 weeks that a lot of the stuff I had planned, it just was too fast, because either we didn't get to certain things, so I needed to carry them over onto the next day, or we were skipping some things, so I was moving faster than I had planned. So anyway, I feel like if I do 6 weeks, then it won't be so fast, and I'll be able to actually keep up with what I planned and keep on top of it, okay? So I'm going to still use this planner for the other half of the year. If you like this planner, I made it, and it is available on my Teachers Pay Teachers shop, so it's just look at the link below. I got it down there. I think my shop is called Kaylin Morel, but heck, I don't know. Okay, I'm still going to be using Horizons. So here's my Horizons curriculum. This is a box that came in. I'm just using math and their phonics program for it. All of the work that we have done, this is a lot of papers, holy cow. This is all the work we have done the first half of the year, and so I just put it back in the box here as storage so that I can, keep it. I'm not really in a place to throw it out just yet. My state doesn't necessarily require to see a portfolio of work that we've done, so I don't have to keep it for any reason other than just for my personal records. So I'm kind of just holding on to it for now. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Anyway, I also have in this box just some other curriculum, books and lessons and teachers' manuals and things like that, so that's all in one place. So I did that. I cleaned out our crate system. We're using the crate system, so I put all of the new lessons and ripped out all of the workbooks and put them in the crate system. If you don't know what I'm talking about, feel free to watch my organization video that I've put up several weeks ago, and you can kind of see how I organized the year. I basically just repeated all of that stuff for the second half of our school year. Something else. Okay, so the same. So we're still going to be doing the math. I am really loving the Horizons math curriculum, so much so that I probably will begin doing it again next year. I'm sorry, I have an itch on my eye that is just bugging me. And we are also doing the Horizons English Language Arts program, or whatever that reading and writing and phonics and all that stuff that they do for their kindergarten level. I really do enjoy it, and it hasn't been a problem. Okay, where was I? Math. So, okay, math and phonics, we're sticking with Horizons. There is a little bit of curriculum that I'm going to be adding into our program, or some things that we're planning for the second half. And I had intended to start them at the beginning of the year. I had intended to start them in January, so I'm actually really excited that it's finally January and I get to do these 2 bits of curriculum. So the first one that I'm going to show you is their math drills. my son has been learning addition for the last, gosh, a long time, several weeks. So I'm going to start giving him math drills 3 days a week. And they look like this. This is something that I got on Teachers Pay Teachers shop, and I'm not going to even remember remotely what it was, but it was a huge bundle and it was really inexpensive. I don't buy anything that's not inexpensive on Teachers Pay Teachers. Anyway, so this is called, she has a bunch of these minute spin it games, and they work with these little like fidget spinners that you can get relatively inexpensive. So you put the little fidget spinner on here and then spin it, and while it's spinning, your student does as many facts as they can, and she has them broken down by number family. So you have zeros up to nines, I believe. Yeah, it's just 0 to 9 or 10, I guess. Anyway, so you spin the spinner and they can do as many as they can, and then when they're finished, then they put the little number on top of how many they completed, and you can do the same sheets many times. She also has them kind of in different formats, so I thought this one was kind of cute. And then she has some that are horizontal problems, kind of like these ones, these horizontal problems. She has a whole page of horizontal problems if you want to practice those. So this is kind of a fun thing. My son likes to do them. It's kind of just a timer, see how many he can complete in one day. And then whatever he doesn't finish, then we just stop. I don't make him like complete the sheet or whatever the next day. We just stop, and then I pull out another sheet. And if there's another family that I'm noticing he's not completing a lot of the problems, then we just repeat it more times. Okay, so it's just practice, practice, practice. Another bit of curriculum I'm going to be adding into our program this month or this year, second half, is these social studies units that are done by a woman named Karen Jones. And it was on her shop, and this was one of the most expensive things I've bought on Teachers Pay Teachers, although it wasn't terribly expensive. I'm not even going to quote you a price because I can't even remember what it was. But so I bought 3 units, and each unit is 10 weeks worth of lesson plans. This is the student book that I printed off, and then I just cut this one. I actually printed the cover smaller, like I just made the proportions smaller so that I could cut it out and it would fit on like a piece of construction paper. This is just actually colored computer paper. Anyway, so the first unit we're going to talk about is being a good citizen. And it's really awesome that we read lots of books that have to do with like rules. It starts with like rules, and then it goes to laws and why we have laws and why we keep laws. The importance of sharing and being a good friend, and just kind of like what we can do to be a good citizen and following the rules. So it's a good 10 lessons, and I'm doing 2 lessons a week, so it lasts about 5 weeks, and I have 3 of these units. So I'm excited to put that as part of our social studies curriculum, and it teaches about our community. I have one for the community, I have one for whatever, I don't remember, and then being a good citizen. As I go through this, I'll put reviews on it so that you guys can kind of see how I like it as we go along. Okay, the last thing that I'm going to add to our program is I'm going to begin reading different stories on purpose. I'm really sorry about this eye. It itches really bad. Anyway, I'm going to be reading different stories. Oh, gosh. I'm going to be reading different stories on purpose. So when I got my Horizons curriculum, it comes with readers. I'll show you really quickly. So it comes with 4 readers that go along with the book. And I was really excited about it. We started reading these. We read through the whole first one, and well, not the whole one, but about 3/4 of the way through, I was just really disenchanted with them, and my son didn't really care about the stories either, and it was becoming more of a chore than it was actually like a reading experience. And that's really what I wanted to do to teach my son to love reading and to learn to read, was to just read things that were interesting. So our library has a huge stock of these step into reading stuff, and most of them, well, my son's really into the Disney themed ones. So we go to our library and we check out these by the bushels, and we read them. Sometimes we don't read all of the ones we checked out. Sometimes I read them. Sometimes I have him read them to me, which he doesn't love, but he would prefer that I read them to him, but as a part of practice. We do get the level 2 ones. He likes to get the level 1s because he can read them really fast, But I do make him read the level 2s occasionally. Sometimes we'll do like a he reads, I read type thing where I'll read a page and then he'll read a page. But they're all his level. It just, practice makes progress. So that's what we're working on. Anyway, so that is also my new curriculum for the second half of our kindergarten year. The last thing I'll share is how I am organizing our days. When we first started the school year, I was using our work boxes. I also teach a preschool, so I was having my son go to the work boxes to get kindergarten level work while I was working centers with my preschoolers, and it just wasn't working. So I've decided to kind of nix the work boxes all together for now, for this season of my life, and we've just gone directly to a clipboard / boxed system. So I still have my box with the files that has all 37 weeks of our school. I know 37 may seem like a lot, but anyway, doesn't matter to you. It matters to me. So anyway, we have all 37 weeks, and then I have within each week the work that he does. And each day I still pull out everything that I want him to complete that day, and I put it on a clipboard, and then I set that clipboard on top of the box so he knows where to find it every day. When I have my school kids working in their centers, then I can just tell them, go get your clipboard and start working on your work. The top part is our Bible time that we're working on. I talked about this in my curriculum video. Make sure you watch that if you haven't watched it and you're curious about the curriculum that I did choose, or you're not really sure what I'm talking about, then you can flip over to that and you'll see kind of what I've got. So anyway, he does his Bible page, and then this is his Horizons work for his Horizons lesson. Excuse me. Underneath that is his math lesson. And then on days that he's doing his letter spinners, I don't know what I did with that. Numbers, not letters. On days when he's doing his number spinners, I'll add that underneath his math page. And on days that we're doing our social studies unit, I'll also put that on his clipboard. And then he'll know that we're doing this. Although this is a very teacher-driven lesson plan, it's not independent at all. He knows when he gets to this to say, okay, Mom, we're going to do this now. And then I can kind of switch gears and help him if the school kids are not here. But anyway, you get it. So that's kind of what's going on in our school life. I don't think that there's anything else. That's the beginning of the second semester. I'm super excited about it. And I'm just ready to kick into gear and get started. Again, like I said before, like a huge benefit that I feel in homeschooling is that when I'm ready to start homeschooling, I get to just do it. A lot of times at the end of Christmas break, moms and dads are just kind of going crazy because there's no routine and there's no schedule and the kids are not in school and don't have school for another 5 days. And I was feeling that. I was feeling like we need our routine back. We need our schedule back. And so here we are. I just was like, you know what? It's Wednesday. We're going to start school. I actually mentioned it yesterday. I didn't just spring it on him. But I did tell him, like, hey, it's on Wednesday. We're going to start school. So that's what we've done, and it's going to be really great. So follow along as we keep updating you. I'll make sure and let you know how that social studies unit is going for me. That was made by Karen Jones. You can check that description box below if you're interested in checking out any of the materials that I mentioned in this video. All of the products I have purchased with my own money. They are my own opinions. I have not been paid or sponsored by any company for this video, so you can take that for what it's worth. And I think that's it. So give my video a thumbs up if you liked it. And again, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. You might want to consider doing it because we do talk a lot about our homeschool journey and my life as a mom, as well as my 2018 Elevated project, which I started at the beginning of 2018. And you can jump in wherever it is of the year that you are, and you can participate in our weekly challenges that go along with these monthly goals that we're doing. So make sure you check into that. Have a great day, guys. We'll talk to you in another video.